And I think we are still broadcasting. Are we? Apparently yes and no. Yes. Okay, what you're looking at is we're trying to convert over from two screens to 3 screens. That's kind of sort of working, but all you got to worry about is what you're seeing. What you see is the view, reverse view from the farm. There's the farm, and there is a placeholder for what will be a ranger's tower, which is, and a cell tower, which are there in real life. But what you're looking at is the result of not Ortho4XP, rather FS. Now let me get this right. Well, it's a combination of FS to Xplane, which brought this scenery in, and another tool, which is G2XPL, which is actually a plug-in that I've got going right there. And what G2XPL does, real quickly, and I'm not forsaking it, I'm just saying that by virtue of the fact that what you see here is a result of G2XPL, I now have some experience with the idea of creating enhanced scenery. What you're about to see is the flyover of this scenery that was created in G2XPL, not Ortho4XPlane, Ortho4XP rather. And I know that's the title of this, but let me let you understand what's going on. You're looking at the result of G2XPL. G2XPL is, we're going to go to the settings, just so you know. If you're going to do photo scenery, you're going to have to get it from someplace. And that is the case of G2XPL, and it's the case of Ortho4XPL, which we'll be showing just a little bit later. What you're looking at is the G2XPL plugin, which allows you to specify what server you're going to use and what the scenery name is going to be. You see right up here, ZZZ K69 LOD 19. I've already done this. You're looking at it. So that is the setting for G2XPL. Apply data and exit, or I'd apply and launch G2XPL.exe, which if you do, by virtue of the fact that you're already running Xplane, you will suffer in terms of throughput. Let's just simply say that, throughput. In other words, the creation of the scenery that you wanted to explore. You can always do apply data and close, and you can notice that you can also go to Google Earth. Now the reason that this is here is because my plane is there. Let me move this out of the way. My plane is right down there. You don't believe me? Watch. Oh, hello. Now, by virtue of the fact my plane is where I want it to be, that is where the scenery center is going to be, and as a consequence it makes sense to use this as current plane position to gather this data. The other way to do it is to manually enter those coordinates by going to something like Google Earth, which is my choice, and zooming in on the scenery involved and actually gathering the coordinates, and it wants to see it as decimal. That is to say, G2XPL wants to see it as decimal. That is another way of doing it. I used the plane's current position. Alright, now that screen, the GTL Internet Service Settings, therefore shows you which servers you want to go to, and also what the file name is going to be, and whether you're going to be using the coordinates that are fixed by the plane's position or manually entered. Notice it says apply data and launch. As I've said, if you do that, then you're going to be diminishing the throughput of the creation of your tile. Understand you are creating one tile, which is approximately 54 miles by 74 miles. That's about 3,500 square miles. That's going to be a lot of data. I did this particular scenery you're looking at LOD 19, the maximum, and the deal is, in the next screen, I will do I don't need to do this because I've already done it, so I'm going to go to cancel. The other option of G2XPL is general settings. Now, the only reason I'm going through is to simply show you how I got what I got. I have chosen LOD 19, but that's going to, if the entire tile, and I'm just reporting to you by experience, if I chose the entire tile, if I set this high-res radius to 0, that would cause the entire tile to be rendered in. And keep in mind that we're talking about photo scenery. Why else would we be using Google Earth or Bing as our source? Photo scenery is what we're talking about here. If you'll notice it says, there's even an explanation of it, high-res textures threshold and radius in meters. G2XPL scenery radius. Note that since G2XPL has to create the scenery for a complete 1 by 1 degree, 54 by 74, 3,500, which normally, let's see this again, right here, which is normally several dozens of kilometers squared. No. Several thousand square miles. 3,500 to be exact for one tile. So, GTXPL has to create the scenery for a complete 1 degree by 1 degree tile. For covering the remaining area, low resolution textures will be used. When set to 0, the complete 1 by 1 degree tile will be covered with higher resolution textures. Higher resolution, what resolution? I asked for 19. If you set this radius, and I've set it to 5,000 meters, if you set it to 0, look, here the instructions say it. set to 0, the whole tile will be done at LOD 19 or level of detail or zoom level, ZL. Same thing. Folks, that will amount to 111 gigabytes depending on the amount of detail or the amount of objects in your scenery. If it's over water, it could be significantly less, but I'm telling you, if you do 0 here, you're going to do the whole tile in LOD 19. That is the highest possible resolution for G2XPL and apparently for Ortho4XP. I think that's an Xplane criteria. Bottom line is, I don't have 111 gigabytes to spare. So, I said, look, I want you to create a high-res texture 5,000 meters out, a radius of 5,000 meters from right here. We already specified this is the coordinates we're going to start from. Once you get beyond 5,000, I want you to come back to some minimum. That minimum is not found here. That minimum is found inside of the config file, which you need to change. Because that minimum will say, okay, once we get beyond 5,000 that you'd specified right here, what do we do? You specify in the config file, not here, you specify in the config file what decrease in resolution is going to occur after you get beyond 5,000 meters. All right, 5,000 meters, what's that? A meter's about, it's 39 inches, about 3 feet, right? 5,000 times 3 is 15,000 feet divided by 5,280, approximately 3 miles around. We're going to get LOD 19. I'm really sorry. I'm probably shouting like crazy. We're going to get LOD 19, and beyond that, what are we going to get? Well, it's in the config file. I said I want you to step down 2 levels. I want you, because I do not want level or LOD 16. I do want LOD 17 for this as a very minimum for this whole tile, but I want you to have the airport or the area I specify around the plane at this moment to be LOD 19, 5,000 feet, meters beyond that, or 3 miles. Go ahead and go to LOD 17. And that's the deal. Now, you ask yourself, well, wait a second, can't P3D do better texture than that? Maybe. I've seen airports that we're talking about centimeters. What does LOD 19 really amount to? How many pixels per, or how many, pixels? How much distance is covered by 1 pixel? I guess that's the zoom level or LOD definition, right? I don't know the answer to that. But I just wanted to show you that what we got here, because we're going to do a comparison, I don't think, could be wrong, but I don't think, this is definitely the easiest interface for picking up photo scenery. The interface that I'm going to show you after this is going to be Ortho4XP. And while it looks daunting after come on. What was daunting to you when you were a kid? Riding a bike, right? Okay, how many times you fall off before If you were really interested in riding a bike, you fell off, you busted your knees, you busted your elbows, maybe even your chin like I did. But it was fun. So you kept at it, and you got better and better, better. You got back up, right, after you fell down. Well, it's the same deal here. I've fallen a bunch of times with Ortho4XP, but I think I'm getting a handle on it. The reason I like Ortho4XP is because it allows you to, one, batch process, two, allows you to specify intermediate areas. In other words, I could also specify, if I was using G2XPL, not only here, but also Barbourville, also Pineville, which is along my route, also Middlesbrough, which actually has the 1A6 airport and was the home of Glacier Girl. Look it up, Glacier Girl. A P-38 that was frozen in the snow for 50 years. All right, so we're back to here. We're about to get out of here and fly. I just wanted to explain to you what this screen was and what its limitations are. Okay? So again, you could say apply data and close, because it's going to be making use of the information that we supplied here, and we also supplied in the networking screen, which is where you can apply data and execute G2XPL.exe, which I said don't do. You don't need to be running Xplane in order to run this. Yes, it's a plug-in, and yes, it allows you to set this up, but there are other things that you need to do, as I said. So we'll cancel out of here. Let's just get into the plane for right now. And I will show you that LOD 17 is going to be the rule for the rest of this tile, except for 3 miles outside of this, 3 miles inside of this airport. Here we go. We're going to go to, well, let's go ahead and get the, let's go, let me show you a look-see around. So let's zoom out. And so this is the farm. And did you see a light? Well, let's zoom in a little bit. I just got a little carried away there. This is the farm in photoreal, LOD 19. You said, but wait. What are all those trees there? What about how come you have actual cars? How come you've got thingies that are working inside of this screen here? I'm used to using Mega Scenery X, and all I get there is you know, a photograph laid on top of mesh. You got photograph laid on top of mesh, which has also objects and other stuff. What's going on? And that's why I'm with Xplane. That and the flying model. The deal is that with Xplane, when you copy over scenery or you work with scenery, you're copying with more layers than you expected or what you're experienced with in P3D in its predecessor FSX. You are working with, first of all, mesh. And mesh doesn't simply mean a bunch of triangles connected together describing a topography. What it means is, let me zoom in a little bit, let me light it up a little bit. How's that? Can you do that in P3D? Don't think so. You have to basically reboot P3D. Alright, I wish I could circle slower than this. But the reason that I'm circling like this is because I wanted to show you the panorama of what I've created with WED. This is our field. That is not our field. That's Gerald Bingham's place. And so I, in P3D and here, created a barrier. Let's go around this way. I created a barrier where there actually is a barrier, and that is right at the end of the runway is a row. What I really need is low trees. I haven't found them yet, but I will. And that tree needs to be out of there, and the reason that it's not is because I didn't use a proper exclusion right there. I use an exclusion in here, and this tree needs to get gone too. There are trees around the circle, and there are trees along Stinking Creek, and that's the reason that there is a bridge. That's the Stinking Creek Bridge right down there. And it's got 3 plinths underneath. 1 and 2 and 3. You can see them in real life. The scenery, unfortunately, doesn't dip enough to allow you to see that. If I was using a tool like, what is it? It's a wonderful tool that I still have for P3D and FSX that really addresses land class and vector information beautifully. UTX, that's what it is. UTX USA, and I got UTX for Europe as well, and Canada. And if we were using that, I could have told it the creek to lie. I want all creeks to lie down at least 6 feet below the surface, and you'd see the creek lying down. I know that if we go to specialized scenery handling, we could probably do that. But anyway, that's the bridge. That's the Mama Carnes Museum, which was, no, I'm not going to explain it. It's Mama Carnes Museum. Look it up. There's the house, which has problems. There is the barn and the shed and the RV, which is no longer there, and the gravel driveway, which is now concrete, and the magnolia, which is actually twice as tall as the house. A little zoom out, and this area right here is the end of our property. Interesting how the light just happens to end right there. This area is the end of our property. If you look at 3683, what is our location right here? User information, view list, K69 runway 3. Well, that's where we are. So let's take a look. There it is, 36, 51, 99, 83. So while this is tile 3684, sorry, I'm shouting again. Bring your volume down, and now you have to bring it back up. This is 3651, and that's why I screwed up in Ortho4XP. I said, well, okay, so this is 3683. 0.44, I mean, if you round, then you round down, right, at this point, and therefore that's the tile. Well, no, it's not. It's 3684 for this. Anyway, this is our field here. That is our field there, and let's zoom in just a little bit closer and look up a little bit. This mountain is ours over to Gerald's place, which is right there. can see his house. And the textures didn't pick up on the object that I drew. But that's definitely photoreal because that's where he parks his bus right there. And so this is, I'm doing it real quick. This is our farm. We don't need to be looking at this right this second, so I'll go to, oh, you got to get this. GTN 750, I've got it for P3D, and I was spoiled. So we're going to hide the window. So the scenery that I'm interested in, as we get a little bit closer, is down here to including this field, including the field, which is where I actually put our airstrip, 2,100 feet, and up to the top of this mountain and coming over to the end of Gerald's place and coming down. That is our property, and that's why I drew what I drew. And no, there's not a tower there. I just thought I'd have fun and see what a tower looked like when I was designing and enhancing this in wet. So, why am I going on like this? This is the result of, looky there, this is all photo scenery with AutoGen. Wait. AutoGen with photo scenery and mesh? Yep, that's what XPL does. Xplane does that. So, how cool is that? We're going to be flying actual photo scenery at LOD 19 for 3 miles out, and then 17 after that for the entire tile. 3,500 miles, 50 by 70. That is 50 across by 70 high, approximately. So let's shut the hell up. Let's go to plugins and reactivate X camera. Now, I know you say, what the hell happened to your airport? And the answer is, well, because I decided I wanted to unflatten it, because flattening it screwed up the mountain. And you can see that in, I put this up on the scenery up, version 2 up. This is 2.1. I might throw that up pretty soon, but I want to make a few more improvements before we go. Shut up, chavs. Let's go. Alrighty. We do not need flaps right now, so we'll bring those up. And it is winter time, so we should put on carb heat. Where is it? We'll put on that. Where is carb heat? I don't use it that much. I'm not going to worry about it. It's not germane to what our efforts are. Let's test everything, make sure it's the enunciators are working. It doesn't look like it is, huh? Do we have avionics on? Avionics are on. Oh wait, no they're not. Do we have a flaw in the program? We were off here. That's interesting. Alright, so let's go to flight. Flight configuration. I'm hoping I can resume flight. Oh, here we are. Edit failures. Fix all systems. Done. Apply changes. Do we have avionics on? Interesting. Alright, you know, that's not germane to what our efforts are. I wanted to show you what. This is before and after. This is LOD 19 for Stinking Creek. And that assumes that we get off. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Come on. Get up there. We're going to have to go between these trees and get speed. All right. I don't know if I can fly this way. We'll see. We've actually gone a little bit too far. Okay, what you're looking at is, yes, my flawed airstrip, and there should be a beacon right up there. But you're looking at photoreal with AutoGen, with OpenStreetMap streets, with cars and traffic. So we're going to fly around a little bit around here so you can see it. This is LOD 19. We are at 2,000 feet, or about 1,000 feet off the deck. Right now we're a lot less than that. We're coming up on the top of the mountain. There's the house down there. Well, the house is right there. I put a beacon up, as I said, up on this mountaintop right here as a place setter, co-locating it with my Remembrance and also Google Earth. Alright, one last look around here because we're about to leave LOD 19. That's OpenStreetMap streets over LOD 19. What just happened? I don't know. Did we crash? Could have. Sure as hell did. Look at that. I don't know why, but we did. Crash reporter. Okay. Yes, I am heatsynergy@gmail.com. I don't want to shame them, but maybe they could use the information. Just a little shaming. Okay. Okay. Cool. We're still broadcasting. Let's see if we can resume. What was that? What are this? Oh, that's okay. I see. Never mind. And what I've been doing is clearing away space on my SSD drive for Ortho4XP. And since I mentioned that, let's go ahead and do I really want to do this right now? I think what I'm going to do is going to just take you on the periphery of the scenery. And we're on K drive. No, we want to go on D drive again. Well, let's see. I've got two versions of Xplane. One is a base, that is from which I am basing everything, and two is my test bed to try stuff out. But what I've done is created symbolic links from, let me see if I can show you. Here's K. So anyway, this is great little utility called WinDearStat, which graphically shows you everything you've got on a particular directory or whole drive, which you're looking at as the whole D drive. And we're using the whoops, what the hell happened? You know what? I think there's a memory leak in Xplane, because you're seeing stuff happen that shouldn't ever happen. I'm going to go to Xplane base. This is the whole D drive. I've got it set for, yes, I could set it for name and I could alphabetize like that. But what I wanted to sort on is percentage of use. Where is this hard drive being used? This is the actual scenery for Xplane base. If you'll see right here, this is what we were flying over. The G2XPL. Look at the bottom of the screen down here, and you'll see the name of the file. How cool is that? So if I go to Xplane 11, custom scenery, and I go to AA Stinking Creek, photoreal, is it there? Yeah, right there. 7.9 gigs, and as you can see, it's showing me. And actually, if I want to zoom in and get granular, it'll zoom into every freaking file. This is actually a symbolic link. So right there is the file we're talking about, or that file, or that file, or that file. Pretty cool. WinDearStat, it's free. And now that space, I've used it for years and years, and it's wonderful, and it allowed me to say, I don't need this space, I need to make use of this space. As you can see, I will come up to the very top of this space and close out Xplane base. And what you do is you basically tell it to run itself over the area that you specified. In my case, I wanted to look at a whole drive. How am I using all of D drive? So the way you do that is to, when you first start it up, you say, I want to look at A, B, A, C, D, E, F drive. So you look at that specific drive, and then the little munchie says, I'm looking at it, I'm looking at it, I'm looking at it, I'm looking at it. And as soon as they finish, they will give you a true representation numerically and graphically as to what is going on in that drive. And I could, for instance, go to Xplane base and say, I want to delete to the recycle bin, or delete, permanently delete. That would be a shift delete. It's gone, boys and girls. If I wanted to, which is how I did all this. Did I carefully check out what was in here before I deleted? Yes. Alright, enough said. WinDearStat, it's free, look it up. And we're going to get rid of that. And here's another program that, if another diagnostic program that I have automatically open. It's called Open Hardware Monitor. About, and there it is, Open Hardware Monitor version 8.0 beta, copyright Michael Moeller and contributors. And here's the website. Very cool. It gives you everything that you need to see, and it will allow you to collapse things as well. So I could say, well, I'm not really interested in what's going on with my fans, so I'm going to close that up, or my controls, I'm going to close that up. But I am interested in what's going on with the data. And right now I'm not interested in the hard drives, but there they are, every one of them. Percentage of use, temperatures, cool beans, get it. It's free. Alright, so we're going to get out of that. That pops up automatically when I run my machine because I want it to. Okay, so let's get back to Xplane 11 and see if it crashes now. We are now looking not the D drive, but the K drive, which is my test bed. This is where I experiment. The D drive is where I've got a rock solid core Xplane 11 PB11. And let's take a chance and resume last flight. Welcome aboard. I don't know who you are. I'm Chaz. This eyeball that I see at the bottom left of the screen using broadcasting through my NVIDIA control panel, not control panel, NVIDIA GeForce Experience, avails me of broadcasting to y'all, and instead of spending 11 hours uploading, I'm uploading as I speak. Makes a lot of sense. So welcome aboard. I see there's one person viewing. He's either the guy who has taken over my PC as a bandit in disguise and in hiding, or it's an actual legit user. Please let me know that you're watching. Leave a little message under this video, or simply email to Chaz at HeSynergy. Well, you're gone now. Okay, where are we? All right, so we're gonna do, I think this is LOD 19. Let's check real fast just so that X camera disable. It's raining? Oh, okay. View external circle, and I believe it's, let's see. If we see the ESCOs, let's zoom out and up and circle. If we see ESCOs underneath, and there's ESCOs right down the red roof. Look at all the auto gen. Alright, so we established that that's working. We're gonna go, let's go direct.
TOS system test
7KYH. I wonder why I called it that. Let's go to waypoint. No, let's zoom out. We'll just use the map. And there we are. K69 is the Rangers Tower right there, a mile away. And we go further out, and I guess that 7KYH, we're going to go direct there. Yeah, Parkway Plaza. Let's go direct. And let's shut up. And it's raining in the farm. And yes, this is the real photo scenery that I was trying to demonstrate before. We're going to get rid of the G2XPL stuff. Cool, huh? Again, I don't think you can batch process or specify additional LOD areas beyond the center of your choice. You can in Ortho4XP. Okay, flight configuration. Let's go ahead and go to X camera, enable, And let's get off of toggle replay. And we spent enough time. Okay. Good to go, good to go, good to go, good to go. Alrighty. Whoa. And I gotta fix the runway lighting and the lines so that we can spawn. We do have some aircraft here, but I don't see anybody flying out. Alright, we're looking for 60 knots. 60 knots before we hit this embankment, which is supposed to be a curvature driven runway. Alrighty. Now I can see that I'm only 11 frames a second, and there's a penalty. There is a penalty. Let me set my I'm just going to come this way. Let's go over to the west.
Terrain ahead. Pull up. Terrain ahead. Pull up.
Flaps are up.
Pull up. Terrain ahead. Pull up. Terrain ahead.
I'm getting close to stalling.
Pull up. Terrain ahead. Pull up. Terrain ahead.
But it's still pretty smooth, don't you think?
Terrain ahead. Pull up.
Even at 12 frames a second.
Terrain ahead. Pull up.
Alright, let's gain a little altitude here.
Pull up. Terrain ahead. Pull up.
And come back to the left.
Pull up. Terrain ahead. 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 Pull up.
That's not even 30 degrees.
Terrain ahead. Pull up.
Alright, there's to the west, and there's the farm down there with the photo scenery. This is the valley, yes. So basically, we've got shut up. Alright, let's go to terrain, menu, and TUS inhibit, and GPWS inhibit. Alrighty, so let's go to nav, autopilot, and what's our altitude? 2,500 feet would be good. So we're going to be heading to, let's take a look outside, because this is still the photo scenery. Now, I see a tiny bit of stuttering. This is, again, at 29. So if we went to graphics and brought it back, see, I can't, it's either high or the anti-aliasing. This is my setting, and I'm a little upset, but I am running 3 monitors. Bottom line here is, this is my current setting. You're looking at an i7 6700K and a GTX 1080, and you're also looking at, grant you, LOD 19 and 3 monitors, but nonetheless, that's what we're getting, is 12 frames a second. Oh, we're flying right over the beacon that I put up as a place marker for the crap. Are we high enough? Just. I think maybe we better go a little bit of V speed.
500.
This is the highest place we're going to get to. So let's go up to a real solid 2,500 and see how we deal with that. Let's go to Alt now. Okay, so here's our situation. we're going to Parkway Plaza, which is the entire shopping center that I drew in GMax. I don't know if it's going to be there. I hope it is. But what we're looking at is the transition between, and we're about 3 miles out. The transition between, let's go outside. Here's the transition between 3 miles away from the farm, where this is 25E, where the farm road runs into 25E. And back there, that away, is the farm. You can't see it now. But there's us. You want to zoom in just a little bit? There's 25E going into Barbourville, and then to Corbin, and then to 75, I-75, which will take us either south to Knoxville or north to Lexington. Just to give you a little relationship. Where are we? Oh, there we are. Alright, we're now flying over LOD 17 country. Let's take a look from the cockpit. Now remember, this is still photo scenery. Let's go ahead and put this, or reduce the size. Hopefully we'll be able to mount this in our, stick it down here. And let's get rid of this mini control panel. If you haven't seen it before, this is X cameras stuff. Take a close look. And I got 7 cameras set up for this guy. You know, I'll show you the effect of them on the way to Barbourville. Let's go outside. Barbourville's right down there. We're coming around. This is still photo scenery. And let's see if we can brighten it up a little. I mean, alright. So this is 25E, which goes from 75 in Corbin all the way down to the 4-hour southeastern tip of, yay, there's my magnum opus, the shopping center that I drew, the entire shopping center. Walked it off, created in Mesh and GMax, and took photographs of the storefronts. I wonder if I could do that again. And let's take it off of autopilot. So let's approach it from this side. Now we got a major problem. I'm going to put the compass right on, or you can see where the cursor is. You see where my cursor is right now? That's the sign for Parkway Plaza. It ain't supposed to be that big, and it ain't supposed to be there. We may have a scaling problem because it's affixed to the shopping center, but you can see the shopping center down there, and yes, I'm proud of that.
500.
Looks like I got a problem with the roof of the IGA. Alright, and this is Barbourville ahead of us. We'll come back and take a look. So what I wanted to do is create LOD 19 of both the farm, Barbourville, maybe even Corbin, and certainly 1A6, which is Middlesboro. But unfortunately with G2XPL, as far as I know, you can only specify a center radius, and then an outside radius is going to be a lower count. Now right down here, this is LOD 17. It doesn't look as good as the what I did in P3D, or I have a G2XPL tile. You can't really read that says Union, but you can from, see, we're only 1,000 feet off the deck here. So, and we have to realize that we're only LOD 17. But it doesn't look bad from up here, especially if you get up to say 3,000 feet. Unless you're going to land, why would you be any lower than where we are? We're only at 2,500 feet. And you got to admit, that looks pretty damn good. There's a courthouse square. That's the courthouse right down there where that truck is passing. Now, the autogen, however, is, look at the autogen that they placed in there. That's photoreal with autogen showing underneath it, and the autogen is almost perfectly placed. We'll go through it again. Yes, that's us. And these are camera views that I've created or modified. So you're flying over LOD 17 over Barbourville. And I said, wait, it didn't work. And then I looked closer and I said, holy crap, there's autogen on top of the photo scenery. Whoa! How cool is that? That's what you can do with Xplane. I wonder why it doesn't work. Let me get rid of this panel. Alright, so there's the football field and it says Union down there. Okay, this is LOD 17. There's I-25E right down there with real traffic, because that's not only do you get photoreal, I mean when you deal with mesh, you get mesh with G2XPL and photoreal, and you get autogen, and you get OSM, Open Street Maps. And dudes, if you do yourself a favor, alright, we're going to come down here, we're going to put our flaps out. And you see those two tanks down there? Those are photos of tanks. I drew them. I don't know why it's not showing up. Okay, so here's a shopping center with the oh wait, Walmart's missing. Oh dear. Well, okay. Well, it was working in the previous scenery, and that's 25E down there. Okay, why did I do that? Because I wanted to show you the LOD 19 of where we were, and the LOD 17, which is a result of using G2XPL and saying, dude, back off 2 LOD levels once you get 3,000 meters, 5,000 meters or 3 miles away. But this is at what are we, 1,400 feet? Let's get a reasonable, let's take our flaps off, and let's get a reasonable, oh look, what did come in, I'll be damned. That, it's kind of screwy. But I drew the bus garage because I used to be a bus driver, a school bus driver. And so that came out. Some came out and some didn't. That's a result of FS to Xplane. Alright, let's get up. 88 knots. I wonder what the optimum climb speed. I think it's about like 80 knots. 1500. This is all photo scenery, LOD 17. And we're following 25E back to the farm. And this is the result of X camera. Thank you very much. So, you got 17 here, too. Not bad at 1900 feet. We're just flying along 25E. Look at all those towers. I wonder if OpenStreetMap actually knows the route of the towers or how many, where the towers actually are. I'm sure it's just the route. They've just placed too many down there. I think how towers can support what distance? I think they can support more than what's shown here. That's only like 200 feet or so, judging by the size of that truck. Let's measure. Ready? Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 times, say, 50 feet is 350 feet. Nah. I think towers can be as far as 1,000 feet apart. Let me know if you agree. Alright, do you see those two? Let's go ahead and go back to autopilot. I think we're at autopilot. Yeah. I've got a button. Sometimes autopilot wants to work and sometimes it doesn't. It needs to come hard back to the left, doesn't it? Autopilot's not working. Thank you. But no thank you. Alright, we're coming hard to the left. And I believe, yeah it is. This is 223, the road that leads to Stinking Creek. We're at 2600 and we're a little bit high. We're also a little bit fast. And we'll just follow 223. This is LOD. I don't know. Maybe we may be getting into LOD 19 because it's about 3.5 miles to the farm on 223. This is cool. I've never done this before. Whoops. Where did 223 go? Uh-oh. Is that well, there's the farm down there to our right. Well, I got mistook, didn't I? Good thing I got GPS here, because from this view right here you could not tell that we are off the beaten path, folks. We need to fly hard to the right. This is LOD 19 now. Look at that. Something, huh? And we're going to be heading this way. Aha! There's the beacon at the top of the mountain. I think I'm going to leave that there, even though I do get the, I intend to, I'm using the beacon as a placeholder for the actual scenery, which is a ranger tower and, excuse me, a cell tower. Co-located. Okay, look at there, you can see the farm. "3,000 feet. We don't intend to land, but I just wanted to complete this scenario. We are in LOD 19, 11 to 12 frames per second mode. And there's the farm down there. We normally would come down this valley and make our approach. After, of course, we cleared that hill down there. So right where the beacon is where there is actually a ranger's tower. And we're going to come to our left here. And we're going to chop the throttle. You're looking at LOD 19. Frame rate 12 per second. Let me adjust my decrease rate so you can see this, and I'll let you look at that as I show you. There are my graphics details and setup. Yes, I've got 3 screens. And let's get back out of here. Turn on track IR. There's where we are. We would be coming down the valley here. I'll show you a portion of the approach. I don't know, what the hell. We've already committed, right? This is LOD 19. We're going to head back west and come around. And there's 223. Those right there, those are houses, Rex's garage. I'll be damned, it showed up. At that very hard right turn under the wing here. And my son ran off of this curve right down into here. Several people have killed themselves. My son's case, he had a flat tire. Okay, we're coming around. What's our speed? 89. Let's bring it up a little bit. Pull out some flaps. I have never done this. I'll probably crash, but I want to fly this plane third person. And see if I can land it on this crazy ass curved strip, which Xplane doesn't understand. Alright, let's come out with some more flappage. Some more flappage. We're looking for about 60 knots. We're 57. We're almost stalling. So we're going to do some slipping. See, I'm aiming to the left with my aileron with my ailerons, and to the right with my rudder. I'm cross controlling.
500.
It's a good way to drop speed, or not at the same time, altitude. Where's the farm? I'm a little high. Too high. And too fast. Nah, I'm not gonna make it. I'm just gonna run into this barrier. I did do a touch and go though. Ah! Alright, that's enough. Because I want to talk about Ortho4XPL. So we're going to pause. And that was fun. And get out of it. And quit. And the next thing we're going to play with is add-ons for the Ortho4XPL, and supposedly there is an EXE in here, because this is 1.20B if I'm not mistaken. I've always launched it this way. Supposedly the latest version say Ortho, it doesn't say. Oh, this is development. Let's see if it says in not the development, but 1.0. Yeah, 120B. I've been seeing folks saying, "Hey, dude, you don't have to do all this going out and grabbing Python stuff," as I had to do from reading our illustrious author's YouTube tutorial. I went and did all that crap. I understand that there's just a plain exe inside and do-do-do-do. Alright, so here's Ortho to 4XP 1.20B. We're going to be looking at edit map tile, and I've got these already done. Unfortunately, this is 8.3 and 8.4, and I'm going to get rid of this. I think if you shift right click or control right click or control supposedly those are done. This is 8.3, which is not what I want. This is 8.4, which is what I do want. 8.3, as I said, this is where you're choosing your stuff. I'm going to totally delete all the Ortho4XP stuff. And therefore, I need to use my other most used utility, which is search everything. It knows everything there is on my PC. That is 6 drives and over 3 terabytes, actually close to 7 terabytes. Or let's see, 5,117,832 objects on this drive. So we're looking for Ortho. We're looking for 36-83 star, and that's not coming up, is it? We just put a star in here. Interesting. Maybe I already deleted it. How about 8? There we go. How about that's 76 objects. We see anything in here? Well, okay. So apparently it's not keeping track of. This just goes by a config file. These are two areas that I have done. They really need to be eliminated. Delete tile. Delete OSM, delete ortho, delete all. These don't exist anymore. They used to. Under tiles in Ortho4XP. So let's do Ortho4, and I keep this stuff in a log. There's the zip file, and there's Ortho4XP under add-ins. And under tiles, oh, look at that. Oh, let me see if it'll find that. Let me just show you. Alright, we're looking for ortho, we're looking for 36 minus 8, right? So we're going to put in star 36 minus, oh, and it isn't 8, it's 08. I don't know if we could use 2 stars, but we're going to go 08. Bam! And so, yes, it found it. You need to know what you're looking for. But I did ask for ortho. So anyway, here we go. For Ortho4XP, this should be about a 7 gig file. Whoa! 12 gigs? Holy crap. And so it does still exist. But it's crashing my computer. So, sorry, and I did it wrong. Let me show you what I did wrong before we continue. And then perhaps everybody's been doing tutorials on Ortho4XP, so they're doing it better and more thought out than I am. I just wanted to show you that these are the 2 tiles that I've done. If I went over to the east, you know what? I think I will keep ortho. Let's see. These 2 tiles, ortho 17 minus 63. Where the hell is that? That's Europe, I think. It's across the pond, or at least it's definitely east of United States. So this tile right here, 12 gigabytes. We're going to get going because it's crashing my computer, and I didn't do it right, obviously. So we're going to hit shift and delete and see ya. And here's what I wanted to show you. Let's exit out of here. This is where you batch build, by the way. We need to choose a custom zoom level, and we're going to use OSM just for grins, and we want to go to, let's get out of here, abandon, and let's choose 3.6, and now if you go to batch build it, wow, let's try that. Alright, so we're going to get out of there, right? What we're going to do is go to Earth Tile Map. Oh, it knows that 3683 is not there. So I'm going to go here. What does it say? Right click and hold to move map. Double click to select active. So let's go here. We want that. Notice it picked up 36 minus 84. Now we're going to exit out of there and look. 36 minus 84. Cool, because what we're going to do is choose a custom zoom level. We're going to use OpenStreetMap, and we're going to use 12. No, let's look at the 10. Let's see if we can see any detail here. What are we doing? You are seeing the ability to choose different zoom levels by highlighting or creating multi-sided orthogons, polygons, which are Earth-oriented. So here we're going to preview OSM in BAM zoom level 10. Can we tell anything about, oh, looky here. We have a bunch of airports, don't we? Well, guess what? We could choose with the batch mode or through the config file to pick up every one of these and do special batch processing for this and zoom in on a high level for every single one of these airports. But I want to take it to another level. I want to come up to this area where we are. You see this loop right there? That's Barbourville. And I need to see Barbourville. I'm going to come to Bing, and I'm going to ask for a preview level 10, and let's see if Bing give me enough detail to. Now, right there is Barbourville, and it doesn't. So let's look at 11. We're here. How about 11, 12? How about 15? Now, I looked at this before, and where I have some of the stuff. Now, you see this very well, but you never, this is where you need to have a screen set. Well, you can do it at one screen. Let's say this is Barbourville here, right in here. And let's just for grins say that, well, let me show you my process. It's only fair, right? So let's go to desktop, and let's go to multimedia, which is right there, and let's go to GeForce Pro, and this is how I coordinate. Oh, I forgot this is going to take such a long time to load up. I'm going to take this over to the other screen for right now. And we're going to come back here, because what we're going to be doing, remember the shopping center that I did? That shopping center is right there, if I'm not mistaken. No, I am mistaken, which is why you want to have Google Earth or Bing Maps or something for a cross-reference. So here is, wait, Wait, are we looking at... No, 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 no. You know what? This is 13. 8.3, not 8.4. We're going to abandon that, and we're going to go to... No, we asked for 8.4. Custom zoom level. We're going to go to Bing, add zoom level 13, because I've already looked at it and I think it keeps that info. Let's see. Okay. Alright. Now we're there. I've got the little place mark right there, and we're going to zoom in to Gerald's house heading. Hosu? No, it's house. Alright, now there's the farm, right? We're going to zoom out. Alright. And move over to Barbourville. So now we can zoom in and see there's the shopping center, there's Barbourville with the Cumberland River going around it. Now we've got a reference, don't we? We're looking for this dang that we want to specify. So, do we see that? Dang. Yeah, guess what? I was in the wrong place. I was too far to the north of this tile. There's the tile constraints. Okay, so there's Barbourville. I want Barbourville to be set at ZL19. And so I'm going to do that. I'm going to hold down Shift and go bam, 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 and we're way too far out, but there's a reason for my madness. And that ought to do it. What I want to do is save zone. Automatically it says, well, that's going to take 0.2 gigs. And I said, okay, that's okay. All right. Now, I can take this a step further. I can come over to the farm, and I got to take 25E down. And where the hell is the farm? All right, that's Pineville down here. And so let's go back to Google Earth as the reference. Okay, so we got to go this way. Oh, it's not far. Due east, right? So we're looking at here is the runway. Here's the south field. There's the mountain. Just so you know, here's what we're looking at. And that's taken from this Ranger Tower, right? And now we can zoom in, and there is the farm. There's Mama Kern's Museum. The airstrip is in here. There's the hedgerow, if you will, between Gerald's property and ours. And there is the mountain, and that's the way it really does look, and you will agree with me. And there is the photo scenery that exists. Let's flatten this and zoom out so I can see where I'm going in the tile. So I'm looking for, let's go from Barbourville. Where's Barbourville? There's Flat Lick. Barbourville should be due west. Did I lose Barbourville? Oh, wait. We're not oriented north, dummy. There we go. So Barbourville is right there, due east. And that's what we want to take a look at. So we know Barbourville is down here. We want to go due east, like about right in here. As a matter of fact, let's approximate the scale that we're looking at so we can see where we're going. So there's Barbourville. Actually, there's Barbourville. And we're going due east. We're going to be somewhere right in here. And I swear I could see it in... Oh, wait. Is that it? Yeah. That's the school. That is the field, southeast field, and this is... Notice this is Bing, and it's showing the field is... This must be done in the wintertime. So, let's get this to match this. So let's get rid of labels here so to make it easier. Labels. I don't want any labels. Local place names. And okay. And we can actually zoom in a little bit more. And we don't, I'm trying to get dear old's house, center of farmhouse slope. Okay. I don't want to mess with. All right, this is where we're going. Right there. That's what we want. And let's zoom out from there. And can you see that right there? Yeah, but it's in a different color. We went, this is 223, and we went out to here. The biggest object here is the school, and that's right there. So we need to come, we need to come down and zoom out, so we see what we need to include. Okay. And if I could just get rid of these labels, I can't figure, oh, here we go. And okay, so that is the field. This is Gerald's place here. That's the field we want with that field. So we want to make this area zone, as we did Barbourville, we want to make that area, ow, ow, ugh. Sorry, I got a hitch in my get up, I had to stretch. So we come back to here, we see now that this is the area, this is the school, yes, I want that. I did a route around. This is what is known as the Stinking Creek Loop right here. And that was my bus route. Anyway, so let's do that in zone 19. I'm going to hold down shift. We got 19 selected. And then we're going to do include the school. So we'll go a little bit above. And we want to make it in and out, and I'll tell you why. Because the more variation that you throw into the area that you grab, and now this is a theory, but I think it makes sense. The more variation in the area that you grab, the less it's going to be detected by your eyeballs. In other words, if you did a square, you would obviously see the demarcation line between LOD 19 and 18, wouldn't you? Or 17. Well, I'll give you an example. Let's save that zone. Let's do a zone 18 around it. And so I'm actually going to follow the curvature of the mountains. Let's see how that works. So we can take that all the way up to include the Ranger's Tower. And actually I'm going to carry it along this ridge here. So I'm going to come here, 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 here. You see where I'm doing? I'm following the topography. Here, 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 here. This is LOD 17 now. Remember that. I'm spending a lot more time following the topography to see if my theory proves out. And we're going to include flat lick. So we're going to come around here. And this is hydric down here, I think. Nah, I don't really recall what it is. So don't let me BS you. And we're going to follow this road level here out to here. There's not much between here and Middlesbrough. So we're going to go along the top of the mountain range here. And I'm going to go behind the mountain range there and follow this line here. I should have gone on the outside of it. And we'll go over to here and to here. I'm going to include my whole Stinking Creek loop is what I'm going to do. So I'm going to come here to here to here to here to here. So you see what I'm getting at, that if we do irregular lines, it's going to be less obvious where our transition points are. I think we can come out to here and around here. And to there. And see, we just don't want a straight line like that. I've forgotten where we started. And that'll be LOD 18. Save. And so on. Now, the rest of it is going to be LOD 17. So I'm not going to even worry about that. I could go to specify LOD 17. or 16 or 15. Just for grins, I'll choose a spot just to illustrate what I believe is being trained right now by the author. And that is, all right, let's choose an arbitrary spot. Let's go around this lake here. Let's move right here. Let's choose a ZL19 around this, looks like body of water. I don't know what it is, okay? And we're going to save that zone. And let's go to level 18 and make a zone around it. And save it. And let's go to LOD 17 and say that we're going to save around here. We're going to include this area here. And even this. Okay? And then LOD 16, we will, whoops. Now see, we screwed up. I screwed up. LOD 17, we want to be there, and let's save. LOD 16, we're going to do even wider. Okay, and save. And LOD 15, we'll do even wider. You get the idea, right? So that, I guess the idea here is that if you save that zone, that highest details in the center coming out to from LOD 19 to LOD 18 to LOD or ZL 17 to LOD 16 to finally LOD or ZL 15. And again, I did the detail that I wanted to, but my supposition was this, that the more jaggies that you can create around your chosen polygon, probably will, here's the theory, diminish the obvious line of demarcation, if you will, between regular scenery background and your chosen high ZL or LOD areas by following the contours. And I did it with this, and I certainly did it with, well, that to a degree, because we're already this is only LOD 18, and this is right here is LOD. So we're only, having chosen that, we are up to what, 0.8 gigs. Now, I don't know if this will work, but hey, backspace is supposed to take away the last spot that you put down. Let's see if it does. Uh-oh. Shift, Control right click to delete the zone under the mouse, alright? Control, bam. Control, bam. Control, bam. Control, bam. Control, bam. That didn't work. This isn't working. Control, right click to delete zone under the mouse. That is not working. It did for the first one, didn't it? Control right click. Control right click. I don't care about that, but I will save it. Okay. Let's go back to here and let's move due south to Pineville. We're going to do the same thing with Pineville. And I'm going to continue on from there eastward to, where is it? We're looking for, help me out here. That's London. Oh, we're zoomed out too far. Cumberland, Pennington Gap. What's that? Tucker Guthrie. Cool. Which means nothing to you. Alright, so I'm trying to find where we were. Let's start over. There. That's right there. Alright. So we want to go to Pineville. And we want to come down to Middlesbrough. Okay, so from Flat Lick to Pineville to Middlesbrough. That's the end of the tile, if you look. No, I lied. It's the top left of the tile. So we're going to go down by holding down to Pineville here. And we're going to choose an LOD 19. And we're going to do that, say, here. Whoops. Choose the level of detail. And we're going to go, say, here, 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 here. And this is about the extent of the detail of Pineville, because this is mountain here. As a matter of fact, there's a mountain that has chain rock called on it. It's a big, huge rock with an itty bitty chain. You know, it's a chain like it's not even as big as an anchor chain that a big ship would use. So the theory is that that chain is holding up the rock, and if that rock were to ever be released by that chain, it would come tumbling down and crush Pineville. Alright, so we got LOD 19 there. Let's save that zone. Let's do an LOD 18. Why not? So let's follow the curvature here. And we'll even come out here. Sure. Why the hell not? We're only at 1 gigabyte, right? And let's stop at this ridge line. That makes topographical and visual sense, doesn't it? And we want to follow that ridge line because we want to make it look like we can't see the area of detail change. I screwed up. I should have come around here. So, what would happen if I backspace and go here? Something like that. And save. Now that's LOD 19 in the center, LOD 18 there, and LOD 17 everywhere else. And finally, we're going to do straight south is the same thing with zone 19. And we're going to go bam, 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 bam. Anyway, you get the idea, right? Neat, 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 neat. I'm trying to create as many jaggies as possible. And that means a lot of points. And I do not know what the effect on Ortho4XP is going to be. By the way, you're looking at a crater. I know I've mentioned it before, but if this is the first time that you're viewing my channel, this is a crater. And it's been proven so. So there. Alright. We're going to save that zone. I'd also like to pick up that lake if it's why not pick it up in ZL19? We're up to 1.8 gig and we've got the farm. Whoops. No, no, no. Ah, shit. Oh, man. Control right click to delete. Alright, that's okay. That's okay. We're going to do this. We're going to go shift. Oh, looky there. Cool. Don't know what that is, but I'm making believe I do. We'll come down here. And Control R to delete the zone under the mouse. Not working. Not working. Okay. So we'll continue with the zone level. Backspacing. Let's see. Oh, looky there. How cool is that? All right, let's start over again. So here we go. Ba, 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 ba. There we go. D, D, D. All the way across the road. I wish you could rubber band on this. And in other words, drag a vertex. That would be cool, wouldn't it? Save. And let's make the whole area 18 around it, because we're only at 1.9 gigs. Now what I haven't done, and you saw, I think, the OpenStreetMap. We'll look at it in a second. Let's go to zone 18, and let's include, you know what? I'm thinking disk space here. There's not that much detail that I want to pick up. Let's say we'll go zone 18 right here, because I don't know what this is. Is that? Nah, it's not. So we're going to come along this ridge line. What is that? It's another community, is what it is. So we're going to pay for this, but we're going to do it anyway. And you want to follow the waterway? Why not? I'm trying to get as much snakeage as possible. Nothing much out here. And save. Well, that brings it up to 3 gigs. Okay. Save and exit. And so we did not pick up all the airports in this area. And what I wanted to show you is, well, let's choose custom zoom level again, and let's look at Bing and 13 again. This should show us the this should show us the areas that we've chosen, right? Now, if we used OpenStreetMap and went to 10, what would we see? Look at that. There is my overlay. There is the entire tile at once. But look, Tucker Guthrie Airport. So we could do an irregular mark around that. Well, we could actually do better than that. We could probably do Bing in level 17. Oh, we don't see the airports. Okay. That's why you use OpenStreetMap. So what we're going to do is just go around it. So we're going to choose zoom level 19 for here. And save it. And we're going to go to Lee County Airport and just kind of follow the topography. Hopefully to include all the area. Save it. And Tazewell Airport. So we got Lake Airport. Whoops. We didn't save it. And we got K Airport. And we'll just go around like this. And save it. And we got Lake Airport. Nee, 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 nee. And save it. And we're up to 5.5 gigs. Whoa! And we're going to do the same thing here, making it nice and irregular, trying to follow the topography, and save. And here. This will be worth it. And save. We're up to 6.2 gigs. And save. And Morristown we're going to do in zone 18 to include all this lake area. Wow, up to 7.9 gigs. Okay, and go back to zone. I'm going crazy here because I found a cool way of doing stuff. And save. And this save. And Lakeside Airport, say. Okay. And save. We're up to 8 gigs. Ow! And what the hell? Let's do a zoom level 18 to include the lakes. Which is actually an extended river. Save. up to 9.5 gigs for that one tile. But I wish we could get rid of that. If I Control R to delete the zone under the mouse. Oh, Control right click. Oh. All right, I'm not going to mess with it anymore. Because I'm fearful of messing up the area that I created. There's Barbourville, there's a farm. I'm going to save the last zone. See, I should have started out and tried some test areas. Let's save and exit. Now, we've chosen our custom load level. We're going to choose 17 for our base. And we're going to go ahead and bam, build the vector data. 3.8 seconds. We're also going to build a base mesh. Now, while we're doing that, oh shit! Wait. Custom dem file. We want Xplane add-ons. Is Ortho4XP? There it is. Ortho4XP height maps. J17 3684 height. Open, and we're going to do build a base mesh again. Now, where did I get that height information? From the SRTM radar mapping mission of I want to say 2009. Where they sent the space shuttle up with 2 radar sets, one in the bay, one out on a 90-degree boom, and turned the shuttle upside down and faced both of those, quote, radar cameras at the Earth as it orbited, and actually terrain mapped, figured out the height in 3 dimensions with those 2 radar sets, like binocular vision, except it's by radar vision, and came up with incredibly high resolution height data for 90% of the Earth. That's where I got that height data. Completed, wow. Whoa, I'll be damned. Okay. I took up a lot of time bullshitting, didn't I? We also want to build the overlay using a custom directory, and that's going to be an Xplane, custom scenery, HD global mesh, and there's Earth nav data. Now I think if I just get it to there, that if it sees Earth nav data, that'll be good to go. So I'm going to say select that. And okay, we've completed, where did we start? Mesh, right? Okay, so we built the base mesh using the radar terrain mapping mission of 3684. We're going to build the masks, which apparently what they are diffuse areas between tiles, individual JPEGs, and that are converted to DDS files, so that you can't tell that you're going from one graphic tile to another, as opposed to the tile, the 1 by 1 degree 50 by 70 mile 3,500 square mile tile that we're populating with scenery. So we're going to build the masks, which apparently creates an area between the tiles to confuse the eye, so it looks like you've got, instead of 1,000 tiles, you've got one big ass tile. Now the time it's going to take, I'll probably cut, but I'll let you watch the process for a little while. It is building the DSF / mask progress. I don't know for sure what the letters DSF mean, but I have come to understand, my current understanding of what a DSF file is, that it contains almost anything you want. Any kind of object or image or thing can be contained in a DSF file. In other words, it is a wrapper, if you will, for all the objects, and by objects I mean things that exist in your scenery. 81 seconds. Wow. Okay. Now this is where we're going to start building the tile. I should have specified a custom build directory, but I didn't. So hopefully it's going to end up in the Ortho4XP tile area. Let's take a look at that Ortho. Oh look, we've already, today is the 21st. Is today the 21st? Yep, at 8:34 p.m. and 8:32 p.m. it created this Ortho4XP +36 -84 under Ortho4XP tiles. Okay, so that's where we're going to find it, isn't it? Well, we actually have to populate that tile. So if we look under there and look at textures, watch what happens. Well, let's suffice it. I'm going to minimize this so you can see what happens when I go to, we've already done step 2.5. Bam! Build tile. This is where it's actually going out. And I'm not sure whether CUDA is involved here, but CUDA is definitely, or can be involved in the processing of graphic files. Obviously, what are graphic cards for if not for processing graphic files, right? So what it's doing is going out to build stuff, and it's downloading. But you're seeing that I don't know where it's saying that I've already got orthophoto already present. I don't know where it's thinking it's got that. Alright. So you're seeing me do this. I'm documenting this. And we're in the download process. Itty bitty progress right there. And the DSF mask progress. Itty bitty step right there. Wow. You see this? Well, I don't know where it's getting that info. How could it be already present when I think we deleted Ortho4XP plus 36 minus 084. All right. So be it. So you can see this going on, right? So here's what is actually going on. We can get out of Google Earth. We don't need that reference anymore, and we do need the memory. Where was it? Testbed Xplane. Everything. Actually, we could do it with everything, but we're not going to. Xplane. No. Don't need it. Okay, here it is. You see we're down here at the bottom? I'm not going to show them to you except just for a second. What? Right. Because I don't want to slow down the process. Just don't want to. Don't want to. So we're going to go to View. We're going to look at medium icons. Looky there. See what it's doing? Bam. Is anything happening on the screen? Yeah. It's building .dd files. But what it's doing is bringing down JPEGs and converting them to DDS files. So we're going to go to change this for details, or what? Itty bitty icons. There you go. Now, graphically, guess what? I'm going to change it to large icons. No, I'm going to change it to small, medium icons. You can see that it is, in fact, downloading and building, right? I move this out of the way. See? This is telling you what it's doing, and this is showing you what it's doing. When this is through, it will tell you, but as you can see, the progress is going to be quite some time. And what it's got worried, here's what's worrying me. I did this before. I did not pick up the airports that I did before. I mean, that we just did, because I didn't think that was possible. There is something in the config file, the ortho, and I didn't want to mess with. Read. I'm assuming that it says that I can read it. What did I just do? Oh, look. It is giving you what the global config is. Instead of in text, it's allowing you to change it. How cool is that? That is very cool. This is, in other words, basically what it's done is taken the text area right here, everything in green, and the text input area, in other words, label, text box, label, text box, and so on. Very, very cool. Because before, what you wanted to do is it's looking at, that's expert config. We'll get out of that for right now, because what you can actually do here is We didn't want everything. We wanted testbed Xplane. If we go to add-ons and we go to Ortho4XP, you'll notice that there is an ortho.config file there. And if you look at it, it basically says, if I recall at least, see what it's saying? Here is text and what you want the area of the text to be. We could have said water option, water overlay, true. And these are notes. Anything that's a hash mark, I forgot. Uh-oh. That's not good. It's really a matter of taste. A hash mark is a comment. Slash in some languages can be a comment. In C and C++, I believe. Anyway, here's where you actually change the stuff that's not commented. So all this stuff from here to here, this is really a matter of taste. This is just a sample to show the syntax and adapt to your taste. Note it requires convert from ImageMagick, otherwise not needed. And I believe that I downloaded that in a very lengthy process of following our fearless leader through the process of getting everything that we needed in Python downloaded. I understand the latest install. You just go to his signature, find his Dropbox file, download it, and it's already configured. It's got an exe built inside. Well, so I learned something about Python. So anyway, here's contrast adjustment, saturation adjustment, cover airports with high res. Now here, it's set to true that a higher level zone of square around each airport found at step 1, not line 1, step 1. Sniff directory, okay. Okay. What? No. Not C colon. Oh, that's assuming that C colon was my home drive, and it's not. My home drive is J. Anyway, so this could have set up as a higher zone level. See, so these are cover airports with high res, and if you set it to true, and cover extent, what is that in kilometers of the high res zones, and what do you want the zone, the zoom level to be for those airports, and so on. So this is the config file that we looked at before under a friendlier guise. And by looking at, here's the global config file again. So here is the text, the label, if you're writing like Visual Basic or maybe even Visual C++. This is known as a label, and that label is for, or the name of, a property of an object. All objects have properties. All properties have a value. The property we're talking about is default underscore website, and that value is BI. The property is default zone ZL or zone zoom level LOD for us in that came from P3D or FSX is 17. Water option, water underscore option, the property of water score option is set to 3. Well, all that stuff was available inside of the text file, if I'm not mistaken, so this just made it nice and friendly. And you can change it any way you want and then write to the global config. save and exit, or as we're going to do, cancel. I just wanted to relate the text file to this very friendly and cool so-called global expert config display, if you will. So we continue to go through. Where download progress is like, what, a quarter of the way through? And it's taken however many seconds it's taken, and I'm not going to bother you with the time, but I will come back when I've found out that it's finished, and we'll see if this tile blows up my Xplane. The previous one did. The 7.9 gigabyte file definitely brought Xplane to its knees and caused it to crash and burn. I don't know why, but it did. I took the Ortho4XP. Let's go back to that directory. I took the Ortho4XP 3684 out of there. This is the one that we want to look at. I took the Ortho4XP out of there, out of the scenery, the custom scenery, and Xplane worked just fine. I put it back in again. Xplane went, it didn't even go, it went, damn. The second that first frame came up, bam, that sucker locked up. I could not do anything. I was forced to go Control-Alt-Delete, bring up the task manager, and kill the process, the Xplane process. So hopefully we've done everything right here. I believe I have. And please, you experts that have provided the wonderful input and spent the time to do what you did, thank you, congratulations, and of course, what's the name of the author? Sir God of Ortho4XP for right now. Oscar, I think his name is. Oscar, thank you so much. We shall see what happens when we get through here. I'm sure we spent at least 10 minutes since we started the build tile process. So being a quarter of the way through, then we can assume that it's going to be at least 40 minutes before it finishes. So with that, I think I've said all I need to say. I'm still recording. And that person that showed up in online, there is, when you run the GeForce Experience and you go to share to broadcast, and I haven't tried Alt F9, but I do have Alt F9 set up to record, which is the way I did things previously, because I didn't have the bandwidth to upload. I tried it several times and forget it. So, what I'm saying is that part of the deal while you're broadcasting is that you can set up, if we get out of broadcasting for whatever reason, thanks for watching and adios. If we don't, I'm trying to show you something. Apparently we can't change broadcasting because it's in the middle of broadcasting. I'm not going to pause. I'm going to see if we can. No, we can't do that. All right, we're not going to stop. Anyway, yeah, we are going to stop. What I'm saying is, I'm going to do a little screen grab, and let me show you what I'm talking about. We are going to go over to this, which is Paint Shop Pro, PSP. Yeah, Paint Shop Pro. And we're going to go Edit, Close, and this is going to show you what I see, but you didn't. Paste as new image, meep. Okay, and let's make that big, and let's, what is that called? Crop tool. Let's crop it. And double click, and there's the crop. So, and I don't want to necessarily save it, so let's see it one by one. Oh, you can't see it here either. Okay, well anyway, there's a right down in here is a little overlay of an eyeball, which has a number affiliated with it to the right. Right now it's 0, but I saw it with 1, which meant to me that there was one person watching. I don't know that that's the case. And that's all I wanted to say. And you didn't get to see the, or wait, no, wait for it. Nah, damn it, you don't see, you can't see it. So anyway, that's what you see when you use, let's get out of Paint Shop Pro. Go away, thank you, no. And when you're using GeForce Experience and the share and broadcast. All I wanted to say, except thanks for watching. For that one person, I think I told him this is Chaz, he Synergy at gmail.com. That's 2 words put together, he and Synergy. Synergy is a very cool name, a term that I found out about 15 years ago. Probably from my genius mother. God, may she rest in peace. And Mimi, God, I miss you. I used to talk to her every single day. She lived in Atlanta, or prior to that in West Palm Beach. But every day, I'd be at the farm, out on the porch, in my bare feet, with a cup of coffee in my hand, and describing the beauty. Because my wife and I lived in New York City for over 10 years. I mean, we were in Midtown. So it's kind of a radical change for us. We moved from New York City to Toms River, New Jersey, the suburbs, after we found a dead guy in the basement in our West 48th Street apartment building. And then I lost my job. They hired one of my ex-students to take my job, and my wife, who had 10 years job, they decided they were going to eliminate the name of her job or her position and thus get rid of her. And so we were both with a mortgage in Toms River, New Jersey, with a 10-year equity, and Mayla's mom lived on the farm, which used to be Sally B. Carnes' farm, and let's see if I can make this go small and smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. So if you didn't see me flying, right over there is the house. There's Mama Carnes Museum, which used to be her store that she ran for 70 years. And so there, that's where we are, and that's why I love this place. So let's go back to here and see what our activity is. And we're about almost halfway through the download, but the convert progress, the convert process for the download is almost done. So the convert process, what that's telling me is the convert process has more than caught up with the download process. In other words, dude, I'm about to run out of JPEGs to process into DDS. You better hurry up and download some more, because I'm about to outstrip you in terms of what I can do versus what you can do. I'm going to be sitting on my butt here waiting for you to get stuff downloaded so I can process it. So get your butt in gear. All right. I'll be back whenever this is finished. And we'll take a look together and see whether it crashes Xplane or not. You saw me go through every single step of choosing a custom zoom level tile. And beyond that, I don't know what to tell you. I just don't know what to tell you. So, there you go. So let me get out of your brains and out of your ears and faces and eye bones, and let's go ahead and go to the broadcast and say, this is Chaz, November 146 Charlie Hotel. Thanks for watching that one person that was on the original stream. I hope you got in touch with me at, I never did get into what synergy meant. I do that. You notice I'll say something and go whoop, and depart on the something as 180 degrees away from what I was talking about. My email address is hesynergy@gmail.com. It's made up of two words. He, I'm a he, not a she, and synergy, which is a word I found out about 15 years ago, probably from my mom. And it's basically, and I can always kind of consider myself to be a synergist. That is, taking off-the-shelf stuff and combining it in ways that nobody's seen before. That's what I like to do. So I figure the more stuff I know, the way more forms that I can, if I know 10 tools, know how to use them really well, and I know 10 things, or I know that there are 10 projects which need to be done, then there are 10 times 10 number of combinations of tools and projects that can be done. You get where I'm going with this? In other words, knowledge is power. And here I am at old, 71 years old. And the reason I get up in the morning is to get a kiss and a hug from my sweetie, my wife, and get a verbal kiss and a hug from my kids. Christian out in Los Angeles and Hallie up in Lexington, working on her nurse practitioner and working for the UK transplant center, where she administrates or helps administrates the University of Kentucky Transplant Center, and I'm very proud of her and very proud of my son. And so I don't get weepy. I'm going to say, shut the door, Chaz. Shut up. And say goodbye. Thanks for listening. And we'll get back to you with what? What have we got done here? We have about halfway down with downloads. And we'll come back and see if it blows up Xplane or not. So, I've been meaning to stop for the last 25 minutes. So, thank you for watching. Thanks to that one person that was watching. This is Chavs, heatsynergy@gmail.com. Signing off, November 146 Charlie Hotel, saying take care of yourself and those around you. Bye.